God, what do you have of me today? What do you have of me in this life? James 1:5, it says, if any one of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. Motion before miracles. If you don't have, number one, clarity, if you don't have courage to step into it, if you want a miracle to happen, you got to have motion. Consistency breeds consistency. Be doers of the word and not hearers only. 3 C's on why people are not advancing. These 3 C's will help you level up your life. Welcome to the Young CEO Podcast. I'm your host, Kyler Croft. I went from making $250 per week with no purpose to leading a multi-million-dollar business. Now, I help faith-driven entrepreneurs build businesses that honor God and create real freedom. This podcast was built to equip you with practical tools, real stories, and a reminder that you're called to lead starting now. Hey, welcome back, Young CEO family. Today, I've got another episode I got when I was in prayer, and I know that this is going to change your life. I've been having a lot of people say, hey, I'm not a young CEO. I'm not a CEO in my life. I had a mentor once tell me, everyone's a CEO because you're the person that is leading your life. No matter what, you're the one that's making a decision. You're the one that is making a decision every day to whether you want to have a great day or you want to have a bad day. You are the CEO of your life. The other day I was in prayer and it took me about 5 minutes. I wrote this all out. And it's the 3 C's on why people are not advancing. And I've got Bible verses that are backing this up. So if you want to go do your own research, be more than welcome. What I'm doing is I'm learning everything that God is teaching me. I'm going through the word, everything that business is teaching me. So I wanted to get on here this morning because I want to make sure that I'm putting this out. So if you got a pen and paper, you're going to want to write these things down. They're going to be the 3 C's on why you're not advancing. And when you can get these, you can figure out how to level up your life. So number 1 is clarity. God, what do you have of me today? What do you have of me in this life? Whether you're working for a business, whether you're, no matter what you're doing, I always say God has something for you. And if you're clear on what he has, you're going to know exactly what you have to move on. And James 1:5, it says, if any one of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. This verse highlights that God is willing to provide clarity and wisdom when we ask for it. But we got to be clear. When we ask God for wisdom, you got to be clear on what you're asking for. But I figured out when I was praying is saying, hey, God, what do I want versus God, what do you want from me? What do you have for me? And then number 2, it comes into courage, having the courage to step into it and being obedient and saying yes to what God has. James 1:22, it says, but be doers of the word and not just hearers only. Be doers of the word and not hearers only. A lot of people that I've seen in business and personal life, I've seen them hear a lot of good things. I've seen them go to events. I've seen them go to church, but they just hear the word, but they don't go do. And number 3, I think is the most important out of all 3 is consistency. I've seen so many people that they could have had the blessing was right on the other side, but they quit right before the blessing hit. You got to have consistency. Motion before miracles. If you don't have, number 1, clarity, if you don't have courage to step into it, if you want a miracle to happen, you got to have motion. Consistency breeds consistency. Galatians 6:9, it says, and let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give. You have to be able to be consistent in these things. If you want to level up, these 3 C's will help you. Number 1, be clear in your goals. Number 2, have the courage to step into and say yes to what God is calling you to. Number 3, consistency. Write that down and write it on a board. Be consistent at 1 thing this week. Be consistent on 2 things this week. It could be as little as making your bed. It could be as little as going to the gym. It could be as little as eating good. It could be as little as starting with the little things. You got to start with the little things. These 3 C's will help you level up your life. And hey, guys, if this has helped you level up, I want you guys to share this with someone. Share this with someone that is struggling and advancing. because this has helped me in big ways. And again, thank you guys for listening to the Young CEO podcast. See you on the next. Peace.